Well, this is what the BMW R18 Rockton is all about. It's heavy, it's big, and it rocks literally when you switch it on. This is why it's called Rocktan, because it literally rocks when you start it, and then it has got octane. And thanks to the Boxer 1800cc engine, that is massive considering how much is each cylinder. Torque comes extremely early. You don't have to rev at all. And it is just 90 horsepower, but you know, horsepower we don't talk about when you talk about cruisers. It's about the rideability, especially on long straights. It is one of the most planted cruisers, I have to say, that I've ever ridden without any wind shield whatsoever. That is the part and parcel of the styling that we have over here, which is of course a retro styled motorcycle. But look how the bike looks, you know, it looks absolutely stupendous. You know, courtesy the 21 inches up front and the rear 18, it just gives you that vibe that you're just rolling on highway. And this micro ape handlebar, if I can call it, it just adds to the whole look. It feels more planted, and when I was taking corners to come here, it just went, you know, wherever I wanted to go. I wouldn't say that this is the quickest around a corner. Obviously, it's a cruiser after all, but nevertheless, it is a decent motorcycle, a very decent at that. It is a heavy motorcycle. It's 400 kilograms almost. That is a lot of metal. But when you actually get riding, and you really have to put your strength into getting the motorcycle straight, especially if it is even a little bit parked like this. You saw how quickly it wants to go down, and once the motorcycle starts to go down, or for example, if you haven't put your stand properly, then unless until you are a bodybuilder or something, forget about saving the bike, just save yourself. And of course, there are no crash guards on this, because this is the crash guard, unless until you want your crash guard to be as wide as a car. Now this one is not the heaviest of the R18s. There is, I think, the Transcontinental, which is even heavier by around 30 kilograms, but that is more touring oriented. The bags over here, they don't have too much space, I found out, but it's just enough for maybe one person, and of course depends on what you want to take. But I have my drone, I have my camera, everything in it, and that leaves me absolutely no space for anything else. I first rode the R18 3 years ago, I think in 2021, the classic one when it was launched, and I liked the styling a lot. It reminded me of those images, you know, in which you used to see BMWs being ridden by soldiers, and that era essentially. And that is exactly what this motorcycle intends to do. It is an ode to the fantastic past that BMW motorcycles have had, especially the R50. Today we have the biggest boxer engine that BMW has crammed into between two wheels, and yes, you have to be a little fit if you want to ride this. Because the motorcycle is so heavy, it has a very nifty feature which is expected in all heavy motorcycles. Now what do you do if you want to reverse and there is a little bit of an incline? You have a lever on your left side. You put the bike in neutral, you push the lever down, and then the magic happens. you have to push down and then press the start button to go back. Yeah, that's not me. That's the reverse gear that this bike has. So you can throttle it normal way, but you have to push the start button and it will go reverse like this. And to disengage, you again have to pull the lever up, and now bike actually does feel quite planted, and when you turn it like this, because of the low center of gravity, it just leans into the corner and it feels extremely planted. Though it is a very heavy motorcycle, you don't really feel the weight once it starts to roll, or should I say rock and roll. And this is one heck of a rival to the Harleys and the Indians with German engineering, you know. Right now I am in Germany where this is built. This says Berlin built on the analog speedometer, I might add, which just adds to the whole charm of this motorcycle. So very well built. Of course, it's a BMW. I really enjoyed it overall, and if you want a motorcycle which is big, burly, and it's got a character, it's got a lot of character. I mean, it's got 3 riding modes. They are called rain, roll and rock. Yes, rock and roll. There are actually real modes in this. And why it's called Rocktane? Essentially because it literally rocks when you switch it on. This is supposed to be the most, I think, the sportiest of all the R18s. And even, you know, you'll notice when you sit on this, you actually have to get your foot not like this, you know, you have to find the perfect point. Otherwise, you will keep hitting this. This bike is beautiful, you know, it's all about that rideability, which of course it has. I think it's about the looks, and it's also a very pretty rare motorcycle. Did not really, you know, sell in the European Western market for some reason. It's amazing motorcycle. I think if you're a collector, if you're someone like who likes big burly motorcycles, this is one to get. The clouds add so much character. Same way, the engine of this bike, it adds character to this, especially when you start it. Gets a lot of attention, and you feel the vibrations, you know, go like the oh, and it's like, yeah, it's crazy. Me, despite being a sports bike guy, I just want to impress. If I was to pull up, you know, if I like Batman, I like Batman. I would go for this exact color and this exact motorcycle because it's a darked out version, the Rocktanne as well. Pull up any hotel in the world and get the attention that I want in a tuxedo, but with some CE armor to protect me, of course. Yeah, enough of talking, you know. I think I'm in a beautiful area, the Bavarian, not exactly the Alps, beautiful forest, the hills. Let's ride a little bit more. Yeah, I'll be back. He's an Austrian. I'm sorry, he wasn't German.